So I kind of mucked around a little bit with, what is it? Medieval engineers a little bit in survival, and I don't know if I've just completely dense when it comes to the game because I've been so far out of it, which is probably what it is. Um, but it seems like I'm to the point where I cannot progress any further because I don't know how to create something and it's not painfully obvious. It's bugging me because I was looking forward to
Ooh.
playing a little bit.
Yeah, that's not good on a design end if you're irritating your consumer base.
Yeah. I'll go back into it later, see if it was just me, which it, again, probably is. But basically, you have to... They have progression in it now, and that's pretty cool. Um, when I learned the first level, or the level of carpentry, one of the first things that should have been opened up was the ability to make... Why did I put this one here? I'll fix it
I
later.
That's a unique ability.
But you wooden floors or wooden foundations or something of that nature, and I couldn't find where to make them. I couldn't make them in the crafting table. I couldn't make them in personal inventory, and there was no other crafting table I could find to create. So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. So it's a little annoying, that.
A little frustrating.
A tad. There's that. Now I can call the refinery platform done. That's the reason I never to replace these. Okay. I don't feel so confused anymore. It's a bit painful, that. So I think what would be interesting is having a central tower come up and then control stems that came out up and slightly over this area for the big ship to come in and dock, and essentially someone to be spotting it.
Okay. Yeah.
And I need power. Alright, we
Yeah.
need either some control seats out here or a charging station or something.
Yeah. Something.
Alright, for the assemblers to be able to work with each other, do they have
Yes.
to be connected strictly through the conveyor ends, or can they be side by side?
They can be side by side.
Okay, because we will
At
lose
least.
some of the upgrade ports doing that, but if we want to do that, I'm going to have to do it.
Yeah. My right now my construction on the mining rig is pretty much go big or go home.
Do it, man. Do it.
Okay.
Do
Let's
it. Do it.
superconductors. Give me.
How super are they?
Um. Green arrow.
Oh, pfft. It's not very super.
Yeah. I was hoping you would. I know a couple of people. If I'd said that to them, they would. Oh, fantastic.
No. Now, granted, the series itself isn't bad. And Green Arrow, this is where my tongue stops working. Green Arrow, Green Arrow himself is not a bad character nor hero. I'd rather like him, but no. And speaking of heroes, are we excited for Aquaman?
I have been extremely disappointed with every DC movie
Oh,
as a whole.
I have too, but I know the actor. You know, I mean, he's done well in most things that he's done, and I'm hoping he'll be able to carry it to some degree.
Yeah, really, the DC Universe's last chance with me is going to be Wonder Woman.
Yeah. For DC, it's their animated lineup that has all the oomph. The animated movies have been
Yeah.
pretty darn good.
Well, anything that still has ties to the old Batman the animated series.
Yeah, pretty much. And that was perfection.
Yeah.
so many levels. Alright, let's see.
But there's a lot of stuff that DC puts out that. Also, I don't have a very. I know there's going to be people out there on the internet that will kill me for saying this, but
Say it anyway.
I dislike Snyder intensely.
Huh, okay. Let's see. Which ones did he direct?
Well, he's the head honcho in charge of entire DC cinematic universe.
Ah. Could be worse. You could have said you love Michael Bay.
Oh God, he's destroyed more childhoods than before.
Though, to be honest, even though I have heard relatively bad reviews about the newest Turtles, I kind of want to watch it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just to see my boys on screen again.
If you
Bebop and Rocksteady. Oh,
if you
what am I doing?
I agree a lot with the Nostalgia Critic. If you've ever watched any of his stuff,
Who hasn't?
his reviews of those,
Mm-hmm.
I agree with, because ultimately it comes down to the whole concept of Ninja Turtles is rather stupid,
Sure.
really, when you think about it. But
No one's arguing that.
so don't I. And really, there hasn't been that much of a steady mythology about them. Yes, they do have a mythology, but it changes like every 5 years.
Pretty much.
So,
And that's where I'll have to give Nickelodeon some props. They've kind of conjoined it all into the newest series. They've pretty much given full nods to the old animated series, the 2003 animated series, even the old comics.
I like the 2003 animated series quite a bit, but I think that the original, just the nostalgia factor for the original has me.
Oh yeah, no lie.
But the 2003 animated series just was, story wise, it was, I think, one of the best.
Well, one thing it did is it further refined their characters.
Oh yeah.
Actually, no.
Did I tell you what I want to name this ship?
Not yet.
The Cornelius.
Cornea.
It's going to go out and hunt down some silver and gold.
I was going there. I was going there. Is it me or the blocks auto arranging themselves to the proper direction now?
I think they may have some sort of smart orientation.
I'm
But
loving
it's
it.
not.
It ain't perfect, but I'm loving it.
Yeah. I've kind of noticed that, but I'm not sure. Right now, I'm trying to get the bare minimum on the ship up and running, so if we have to go out and mine, we can.
Okay. I dig.
So, okay.
Alright, so if we come up here, and that's to walk, okay, because they're going to be 3 wide, we're going to want this to be the first doohickey, right there. So that would be 1 2 high with modules on either side, coming out 1 on either side. That gives us a walkway right here, and that would give us bam, bam.
Well, superconductors are still being manufactured. taken forever to make them.
This will work. This will work. So, let's see. I'm sure it does. Are they fairly slow?
Yeah. And I had to make 6,000 of them.
Oh, bother. So what is your experience with general... I mean, obviously I know you do Dungeons and Dragons and whatnot, and whatever else in that field. Generally speaking, tabletop as a whole, like other tabletop games.
Have you heard of the Deadlands series?
I have not.
It's a really good series. Ever heard of Briscoe County Jr.?
Oh my God, yes.
It's basically Briscoe County Jr. as...
Okay.
In fact, they got Bruce Campbell to do the foreword in Deadlands.
Nice. Let me stop with you just a second and just say that I'm officially in love with you now that you know who Briscoe County Jr. is. God, I hate that cat canceled.
Have you... Bruce Campbell did a New England Patriots, not like the football, the show that lasted about the same length of time.
Oh yeah?
That was kind of the same sort of feel to it. Not really the adventure aspect of Briscoe, not really the sci-fi aspect.
I did not know that. I mean, I know he's doing a series of Evil Dead.
The Evil Dead, yeah.
Which, unfortunately, I cannot watch because I don't have that channel.
I managed to catch at my folks a marathon. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes.
Of the Evil Dead series. It's pretty good. I got the first season.
Nice.
It is very Evil Dead. Okay.
Which one? 1, 2, or Army of Darkness?
A little bit of 1 and some Army of Darkness. Not quite the goofiness of Army of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it does have the humor aspect in it. The comic relief is Army of Darkness-esque.
Right.
But the story is... I mean, it's comic book. The Evil Dead comic book level.
Ah.
Story. It's pretty good. Did you know that Marvel had a crossover with the Evil Dead comic book?
I did not, but I know that crossovers have become a very major thing recently. For instance, Batman and the Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Marvel Zombies?
Yes.
That's how it started. In the story.
I could see
was
that.
The Sentinel.
Mm-hmm.
If you know who Sentinel is.
I know what a Sentinel is.
Well, Sentinel is the Marvel Superman, if you will. He has the Superman capabilities.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But he doesn't have... he's got more of an interesting story to me in the fact that he's actually 2 individuals. Mm-hmm. One is absolute evil. So he forgets that he has other heroes give him... basically make him forget that he is a hero so that he doesn't... the part of him that is the villain doesn't wake up.
Right. And I forgot to start my timer, but I checked just in time at roughly 10 more minutes before I need to restart.
But he's a pretty awesome character. Hulk really likes him. But anyway,
of course he does.
he's been infected by the zombie ness and actually died. And when Ash ended up in heaven, and the Ash thinks that the zombie plague attacking all the Marvel is Deadite.
Gotcha.
Goes to Doctor Doom's fortress to recover the Necronomicon, which Doctor Doom has. Of course he would, but
Absolutely.
Entrance a huge number of people, which I love that aspect that they included that part of Doctor Doom. But it's a very fun series. I enjoyed it.
Sounds like it.
Easily. I actually have all of the Marvel zombie books now because I enjoyed it that much.
Nice.
We got Major what?
Sidetracked. Because we started talking about board games, and you mentioned Outlands. Was it? Did you mention Deadlands? And then Briscoe County Jr.
Yep.
But what is Deadlands? Please do explain that.
It's well, it's hard to describe. There have been some versions of it that are D20 based, like D&D.
Right.
But it is actually card based for a lot of it.
Okay.
Like spells and things like that are the strength of the spell is based off of card draw that you draw out of a deck. Your initiative, you roll dice and tells you how many cards you get, and then the cards go in descending order of cards that you acquire.
That's interesting.
And it's a Western, very, very well done, very strong Western feel.
Okay. And I put that in the wrong spot.
And let's see, what else have I? I've played D&D from 3.5. I'm actually running a 5th edition game right now.
Okay, so you weren't a early adopter and had to learn it the hard way.
Yeah, pretty much. Then, let's see. I've played White Wolf.
I've heard of that one.
I've played Dark Heresy.
I know it, but I've never played it. Heard it was actually not very good.
Yeah, it's got some problems.
Which upset me, because if there was going to be any RPG that I was going to pen and paper RPG, it probably would have been that one.
Let's see, what else have I... there was a version of Dark Heresy that is set in the 4K fantasy setting.
Oh, okay.
Which I've played. Call of Cthulhu, and a few others of the percentile based. I'm not as big of a fan on percentile base, because if you're gonna percentile, I think you're better off freeform.
Right. That would not include Fudge, would it? Fudge or Fate Dice, or whatever it was called. I think
No.
Fate's a system by itself.
I'm not sure.
Anyway.
Let me say that I'm not sure.
Right. I mean, I know what Fudge Dice are, and I think Fate is based off of Fudge Dice, which is based off of... you know what Fudge Dice are, right?
Not 100%.
Basically, they are very simple dice with, I want to think, mostly blank spaces, but with... Oh, no. They're not mostly. They have a plus, a negative, blank space, And I think that's what it is. It's even distribution of plus, minus, and blank space. A friend of mine was telling me about them, and it uses a special type of card that you keep on hand that has, like your health and whatnot, and it goes by what type of wound you take and how many you get and everything else like that. It's kind of weird, but it was interesting. But the whole
Sounds
reason,
like it.
yeah, but the whole reason I brought up the tabletop discussion is I actually have a copy of Tabletop Simulator,
Ah,
and originally downloaded it because a buddy of mine wanted me to join in what's it called, Red Dragon Inn, I think it is. It's a weird card-based tabletop game. Basically, you're doing whatever you need to and trying not to get drunk. Well, your character's trying not to get drunk in the process or
yeah.
something like that. And I was completely astounded by the sheer number of mods that are available for it for both official and unofficial games.
Yeah. I've thought about grabbing it, but just for DMing, but not. I haven't made my decision up because a lot of it I need to convince everybody else in the group to get it
Mm-hmm.
or acquire it for them.
Well, a 4-pack is available, and when it goes on sale, it usually goes on a pretty deep sale. So stick in your
Okay.
wish list and keep an eye on it. Because when I bought it, I bought the 4-pack for like $30.
Okay.
Oh, energy! I need energy. But yeah, they had the ones I was interested in when that fell through, and I started kind of tinkering with was 40K because the models are gorgeous. Whoever's doing them, they're doing a wonderful job. But I think they're basically just ripping them out of Dawn of War, maybe, because that's kind of what they look like. Um, Super Dungeon Explorer caught my attention. Um, There's another one that caught my attention like that. Betrayal on the House on the Hill, I think. But a lot of those games require, 4 or 5, even 6 people that really have fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that fan is getting annoying on my
Alright. Hang tight.
because I'm getting some pretty good pulses.
Because it's actually cooled off enough in here that I don't really need it now. Better?
Yes.
Alrighty. Sorry, folks. I live in the deep south. It gets hot. To all your viewers out there.
Review.
I wonder if Games Workshop will ever get with the program and do what Wizards did with Magic and make a true digital version of their game.
No, they won't. Not unless they can overcharge you a significant amount.
Oh, they can, if they really wanted to, because there are a lot of people that dedicated to the game.
I mean, I don't think that they can get away charging for poorly made
Digital
game
models. Yeah.
digital models and all that. $300 because you'll have copies of all the models.
Yeah.
And I just don't think people would pay that much. And I really do think that they would try and charge people that much.
Oh, you know they would.
More motors?
I think the last time I priced a box of Space Marines, it was like almost $40.
I missed most of that statement.
I said the last time I priced a box of Space Marines,
Yeah?
it was like almost $40.
Ow.
And that's been a while ago now. I don't know what they are now. Ooh, should we do the Christmas lights or the colorable Christmas lights?
Tough choice.
It really
Um,
is.
yeah, I'm having some weird audio issues. It may not have been your fan.
May not, but I mean, again, it's cool enough now that I'm going to turn it back on anyway. With the door open behind me, it's actually cooled off a little bit.
Nice.
The converted apartment, as I will call it, even though I think I've discussed it before, my living situation, um, I've got it fairly well insulated, so it gets warm really easy and it stays warm.
Yeah,
Okay, that'll work like that.
that's always nice.
Not really.
I don't.
I like it cold. I'm a
I
reborn
don't.
ice giant.
I don't think I've mentioned this in any of my videos, and I don't know if I talked about it when we were just doing stuff offline.
Hmm?
But one at one point, my grandparents had a house that I helped them tear down,
Right?
and when we were tearing it down, inside the house, I found something very interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yep, it was a newspaper. They had the walls of the house lined with newspaper for insulation.
Yeah.
Newspaper and denim strips. I remember that.
Neat.
But so it was an old house.
Hmm.
One of the scraps, and I actually have it framed and up on my wall from that, is a newspaper article with the headline, Nazis bewildered as Owens cuts his caper.
Interesting.
It's from when the Nazis held the Olympics.
Ah, I was not aware that it actually held the Olympics. That's
And
neat.
it was one of our
Right.
athletes who was black won the gold in running in one of most of the track.
Hmm.
Jesse Owens, I believe, was his name.
Gotcha.
And of course, since they're Nazis. They're Aryan super people attitude. They were not happy.
No, I'm sure they were not.
They're hosting the Olympics, and we stomped them.
Love it.
So
Alright, this side here is going to be kind of close to the ground. We may end up with spiders on it. I'm going to have to take that out. Well, that's pretty
steel
cool.
plates, superconductors.
Whoever tears down Mom and Daddy's house, the only thing they're going to find is beer cans.
Mhm. Something else we found was it used to be common with house construction
Hmm.
that they would put a hole in the wall near the in the bathroom near the medicine cabinet. And what they do is when you were done with your razor, you would just toss the used razor blade into this hole. So we found this huge pile of rusted razor blades.
Nice.
The only issue with this thing is once you're out of it, if you don't have hydrogen, you're not getting back in.
That's not good.
To fight the bugs, it's going to be an issue. Let's see.
Don't we have one of the elevator mods in here or something? Or boarding ramp mod going on in here?
I might be able to figure out something that we can replace with that. Yeah,
that or
work around it.
make sure we take a buttload of hydrogen tanks with us.
We're gonna need a place because of how big this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Other than this landing area to store it, where the bugs don't just eat it. So, I was thinking actually it might be cool since we've got that mountain beside us.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of in a semi valley on the side.
Yeah.
If on the side of this valley that we're in that's on the side of the base you're working on,
right?
If we built a platform out from it for large ships and like a large ship construction area there, I thought it might be cool.
Yeah, we can do that. Speaking of being on the topic of World War II and Nazis, I started watching the White Rabbit Project, which is pretty much the B team from MythBusters.
Yeah.
Tory Grant and Carrie, yeah. And two of their episodes involved World War II. One of them was the weird ways that they tried to assassinate Hitler, and the other one was weird, failed, or not used weapons of World War II. Quite strange.
Question, since you know obscure TV shows.
Sometimes.
Ever heard of Black Adder?
Yes. Never really watched it, though, but I do know it.
Okay.
Data watched it when I was younger.
I actually have all of Black Adder on DVD. It's pretty fun. The best one is the one covering World War II. World War. It's the 4th season.
Mm-hmm.
And the ending of it is something that is actually fairly hard to watch. They did such a good job on it.